What's up? What's up? Welcome to Creative Emotions. I am your host, Vaquita Q. Taylor. And if this is your first time joining, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. On my platform, what you will get is motivation, information, encouragement, inspiration, empowerment, transparency, and you're going to get these good vibes. And ain't nothing you can do about that. Ain't nothing you can do about it, okay? I absolutely love what I do, and I thank you guys for joining. I have a few announcements, and then, we're going to get right into it. My book is still available. I Want My Own Husband, Mindset and Standards on Marriage. This book is not just for women. It's for men. It's for married. It's for single. It's for those who may want to give up on marriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing, so don't give up on it. It's growing pains. It's something you have to commit to doing. You can get that copy on www.thecreativeemotions.com. That's where you can get your copy, and as soon as you order, it will be shipped out to you. And yeah, it's a really good read. As you can see, it's not, really thick, but it's a really good read. And it's also a self-help at the end of the book, just to ask you certain questions to see, are you blaming everybody else and not taking accountability? Do you even want to get married? Are you ready to get married? Because a lot of people think they are ready, but then it's a whole nother world when you get into marriage with a whole nother human being who's been raised a whole different way. So we really got to be careful when we make that decision. And so I want you guys to go ahead and support. It's a really good read. So I want to tell you about what's coming up this Friday. And if you've ever been to Poetry and Conversations, it is this Friday, March 15th. Poetry and Conversations at 21573 Grand River. It is a whole vibe, okay? We have conversations. I have cards on the table. People write down questions and we pull conversations. And then I have open mic. So if you are an artist, you a singer, a rapper, this night I'm going to have a comedian for a feature. Her name is Sherry So Ultra. And so I'm excited. This is her first time, her second time coming to Poetry and Conversation, but I know her and she's a really sweet lady. So I'm excited to have her there. And so, yeah, if you're not doing nothing this Friday, come on down and join, okay? And get these good vibes in person. In person. If this is your first time joining, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like and share this with your family and friends. So we're going to get into it. You have big mamas and aunties and big sisters. They become mentors, leaders, examples, successful, and they also get burnt out. And so you don't want to put too much pressure on those strong people around you because they get burnt out and then they're not good for you or anybody else. So be mindful. I have a very special family member here. Join with me today. It is my very own Aunt Pat. Patricia Benning. What's up, Auntie?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Listen, it's no other person. I thought, it's Women's Month, Women History Month. And I know I used to always be with my Aunt Pat. My mom, my Aunt Pat, my Aunt Ida, and very special women in my life. My mother is dynamic in every sense of the word. And they look alike. Everybody will always say that we look alike. Like, she looks just like you. And no, that's my niece. So they got some strong genes. But today we're talking about the matriarch. And that's a very, I would say, because of the pressure of it, it's more of a foundation, right? I look at the matriarch as a foundation. The definition is a woman who is the head of a family or tribe, or an older woman who is powerful within a family or organization. But, when you think of it in our terms, it's that big mama or that auntie or that person you go to. And who can you say you had as an example of a matriarch?
Well, I can say, first of all, I want to say hello, beautiful loves out here. Mm-hmm. My matriarch would be my mother.
Okay.
My mother taught us survival. Mm-hmm. We came from a family where there was plenty of us, mm-hmm. and we had plenty fun. Just doing nothing, just with each other. Mm-hmm. So my mother was my inspiration to take care, to enrich,
that's good,
to hold on to,
that's good,
to shelter, Because that's what my mother did.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's something good to get from your mother.
Yes.
So when you think about the matriarch, we all need love, grace, and understanding. I don't think we give each other enough of that. So I'm going to encourage you, if you have people around you that you are judging harshly, or if you are a perfectionist, because a lot of people try to be that, when they see the family needs it, give yourself some grace, give yourself some love. And so when you think about, we all need that love and that grace and that understanding. But do you think this is a role that a person put themselves in or another person put you in?
I think it's a role that's granted. Mm-hmm. Each one of us is uniquely created. Mm-hmm. So everything that's good for you may not be good for me.
Yeah.
Something that's good for him may not be good for the other guy. Mm-hmm. It's your common sense being shared with others in a positive way. Like, people say this phrase, if I were you. Mm-hmm. No, don't ever use that phrase. You'll never be that person.
You would never be.
So if you're going to give advice, I think I know that I give advice from a sound mind.
Okay.
From a conscious mind.
For sure.
I give advice, not always what I would do, but what the situation requires.
That's good. That's wisdom.
And I think a lot of family members can say, yes, that's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. That is the truth. And I think we do that like unknowingly. Like if I was you, because you just trying to give advice, but that's a reality. Like you would never be the person. But stepping from a place of empathy and understanding, again, with that grace and that love, you can kind of put yourself in other people's shoes, a lot of times. But do you think the family gives a person the role of matriarch?
Yes. I know that within my family, the role has just been surrounded me.
Okay.
I didn't ask for it. It's nothing that I woke up and said, hey, I'm going to do. I think it just surrounded me. Again, I think it started with my mother giving me the responsibility.
Okay.
Take care of your sister, take care of your brother. Mm-hmm. My thoughts at that time, hey, they older than me.
Oh, wow.
So it was surrounded me.
Yeah.
When tragedies happened in the family.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do, but the family just looked at me and
like, what we gonna do?
Pat, what we gonna do? So, me being a lovable person that I am, I got to figure this out.
Okay.
I felt the need to figure it out, and I think that's what makes a matriarch a matriarch as well as a patriarch.
Yes.
You figure it out in a way to resolve the situation. Mm-hmm. That's why I said I don't give advice on people's problems. I give advice on the situation. What's the situation about?
Yeah.
So when we had tragedies, I figured them out.
Always figured them out. But you was at the right place at the right time. And that's just, I feel like I've always operated in that. And that leads to my next question. Do you feel like it's an age for that? And we will have, a show about the patriarchs in the family, but this is Women's Month, okay? I know we try to be a well-rounded, putting them in and everything, because we don't want y'all to feel left out. But,
of course,
every good woman is in your family and in your life, and these are the women that we are talking about today. But, I don't leave y'all out. I got a whole week. Y'all gonna have a whole month. But yeah, when you are responding, just look at that green dot. When you want to talk to the people. Nope, you good. So do you think there's an age with this title?
Yes. At certain points, yes. Like I said, with wisdom, I think you must have age. Mm-hmm. I don't think a 7-year-old can do something very phenomenal, and you're thinking, wow.
Yeah.
But with wisdom, when you're leading and guiding, a matriarch is usually a person that's leading and guiding. So when you're leading and guiding, you have to have experienced something. I don't think you can just wake up and say, hey, I'm going to run the country. It doesn't work that easily. It's experience. It's consciousness and common sense.
Yes. Oh, that's good right there. Consciousness and common sense.
Yeah, because we're all born with that. Mm-hmm. It's nothing special, but we forget that we have that within us.
Yeah.
It's like it's like we just blast off.
Yep.
And not think about it. And then when someone bring it to your attention, that's when you use your consciousness to think about, oh, that was a common mistake I should have done.
Mm-hmm. So you got to be careful, with that too. Just blaming yourself or being so hard on yourself. Because like I said, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some love. Give yourself some grace. But leadership goes, without saying, as a matriarch, a person that can delegate. Or do you
I feel very honored to even be called a matriarch of a family. I sit back and I see all my nieces and nephews and sisters and brothers, and I literally try to be there for each one of them. That's like anybody out there, I would encourage you to look within yourself and see where you fit in. We all have a place. And so we need to know our place. I knew my place at a young age.
Yeah.
When tragedy started to hit the family.
Yes. And just stepping in and being that help, it's natural. I feel like I have that as well, just as far as it being from a pure place, from a natural place. But you can get real burnt out real quick. And so sometimes I feel like you have to, be led. And again, I was talking about delegating. Do you feel like have you mastered the delegating yet, or you still got your hands and only you can do it?
Well, right now, I look to my left, there's no one to delegate to. Okay. And then again, I look to my right, and there's no one to delegate to.
Wow.
So normally people think, you're a strong person if you can lift a 50-pound weight. No. You're a strong person if you fall down and get back up.
Yeah, that
makes you a strong person.
Come on now.
So that's where I find myself. When I get overwhelmed, there's a song I listen to on a regular basis.
What is it?
And it's Be Encouraged.
Okay.
By William Beckton.
Okay.
Yes. And that song helps me to keep it moving.
You gonna sing a little part?
I can't
sing a little part of it.
No, I don't sing.
Come on, give me the chorus.
It says, be encouraged.
Okay.
No matter what's going on, He'll make it all right.
Okay.
But you gotta stay strong.
You better come on. Give some. You gotta stay strong.
But that song encourages me and carries me day to day.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on every day, and trying to delegate when you have no one there to delegate. You look to the sky and say, "Be encouraged."
That's good.
That's what I do.
God be my help.
That's all I can do.
That is true.
Everyone,
because a lot of people don't have people to help around them,
and that's true. But
everybody's
in their zone.
Yeah, in their own life. We all have our own
I'm
life.
blessed. I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed to be retired.
Okay.
It don't seem like it
because you still up early. Taking my son to school. I appreciate you, honey, because
but you know what that is? That's the family. That's that part that say it takes a village to raise a family.
Yes. Oh my God.
That's what matriarchs do. They encourage, they enrich, they keep it going.
Now I need some patriarchs to come get my son. Okay, I'm talking about that another time. He got enough women around. Okay,
and that is so true. that is so true within our personal family.
Yes,
the males are outnumbered.
They are.
It's just the way it is.
It may be most families, really, because I'm like an uncle, a brother, a cousin. It's more women than it is.
Well, yeah, it's more women, but you also have males that are not standing up to their potential.
Okay, and that's real good. You said that so politely. That was so like seasony.
But that's the truth. That is the honest to God truth. It is,
because they can be dynamic in every sense of the word, but if they never tap it in and turn it on, they're gonna keep sitting around doing nothing, doing the same old thing, never spreading their wings, and never understanding their true potential. That is the 100%.
And then
true.
we as women, females, we need to do more encouraging.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I don't say, well, my man is so good, I got to buy him a limo. Well, if you at that standard in your life, that's fine. But the best encouragement is give him a pat on the back.
Yeah.
Whatever he has done, mm-hmm. It's miraculous. It's good. Make it so that I do it with my grandson.
Yeah.
He does the silliest things.
Just go crazy about it.
Right.
And like, my God. Like, it's not being condescending. It's really for real, though.
It's not. It's giving encouragement to say that, hey, you can do better.
Yeah.
Not pounding it, but just kind of share it in a loving way. That you can do better.
And we got to start that early. I just feel like as a matriarch, we are talking about matriarchs. If mm-hmm. you just joined the show, you always have that one person in your family to just hold everything down. You go there. It's so much more than just Sunday dinners, establishing family traditions, and providing emotional support for your young family members. It's so much more than that. It is, like I said in the beginning, I feel like it's the foundation. But my question is, why do women or girls get treated so much more, I will say harshly? I don't want to say harshly because that's not a good word. But more than a young man or more than a man in general.
Well,
as I'm elder in the family, why do the young women get treated, I'm going to say harshly, more harshly than the men? They get pushed more, they get directed more, and then the men are it's a little bit more tender with them. Until they get older, and then everybody want to cuss them out, but I just don't understand.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I'm going to just say it like this. Women are given a superior power. Mm-hmm. Most women can bear children. I have not seen a man bear a child yet.
Okay, I don't think they will.
So that responsibility starts as a woman. Okay. There's no rational reason why. That's the way the Creator created it. Mm-hmm. The women are not pushed. We just have, we have the more energy. We have more desire to get out and do this. I want this. I want this. I want this. And the males were created to go out and hunt. Well, we here in the city, I don't think there's much for them to hunt. So they lay back and wait for a female to come to them. So I just think it's just a.
You think it's nature?
I think it is an act of nature that
being harder on the girls and the boys.
But you're putting a nasty word in there, harder. It's not harder. Girls have more initiative to want to get up and go.
Yeah, that's true. I know.
Males, guys are more so laid back. 90% of them are laid back until you put light the flame.
Put your foot down.
And then it's like, ooh, fire up under him. Ooh, he's moving, he's doing it. So sometimes, it just takes a little bit of extra.
Okay.
It's something we're born with. There's no rhyme or reason with it. So it's part of our consciousness and our common sense. Okay.
Do you feel obligated, when you think about being a foundation for a family or leaving your legacy? Like our grandmother did, right?
Yes.
Your mother, my grandmother, having those house gatherings with everybody there and the food, it was enough food. Everybody was good. Now everybody, it's just different now. But do you feel an obligation because of the role that you have taken on? Even if it's inadvertently, because you probably didn't try to, but it is what it is.
I do feel an obligation because I do believe that family should always be first. We go to our coworkers and friends events and whatever, and we have such a ball. But we have a family member that we haven't even touched and said, "Hey, girl, I love you. Hey, man, I ain't seen you in a minute. I love you. I miss you."
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
So I think that is something that's always placed on my heart, to make sure that my little one knows your little one, and this one knows that one. And, we grow up not knowing each other.
Yeah.
I have relatives that I've never seen on my dad's side of the family, as well as my mom. I've never seen my mom's parents.
Wow.
Never. And it's like, okay, so I feel obligated to always try to keep our family together.
That's real
as much
good.
as we can.
She can get some with that. She can get some with that. Somebody said, "I love that song, Be Encouraged." He said, "Amen."
Yes.
Stephen Kennedy said, "Standing up to their potential," and he put a perplexed face. So I'm wondering, what is that perplexed look about, Mr. Stephen Kennedy? My experience is different. I think that's a misnomer. I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, buddy. Misnomer? Okay. Just let me know. Elaborate on what you're trying to say, Mr. Stephen Kennedy. I see you. Thank you guys for watching. If you are just joining, if this is your first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We want to keep encouraged our elders, our matriarchs, and our family just as much as they have put the foot down, laid the foundation. We want to keep them encouraged and knowing that they're working for a good cause, and you be that good cause. You be that one to maybe take the baton and maybe, learn from the example that's being laid down. But we want to acknowledge them. We want to give them their flowers while they're here. And again, if you have a person in your family holds the family down, they're dependable, you can call on, I want to encourage you to give them their flowers. Call them, tell them you love them, you appreciate them, you thank them, and see where can you fit in. Where can you fit in the glue in your family, and just keeping it going and not giving up? I noticed that we are so quick to give up on our family, and this is beyond me. People like, forget that side or forget this side, and they are cleaving to friends, and it's like, okay, I get it. Friends can be like family. Friends can be like sisters or brothers or whatever, but it's nothing like your blood. It's nothing like your family. And we all have problems. We all have issues. We all have different things that you may not like about the other, but we have to still put that importance on how important family is. And so I love on my family when I can. It's nothing like it. And so I have my aunt here with me, if you are just joining, and we are talking about the matriarch and what that looks like, and how they can be, a little tired sometimes and need the younger generation to step up. So they may need us. So we're going to talk about the importance. Okay. So he said, in women-led homes, daughters may be treated harsher, but in father-led homes, daughters are treated more tender. Oh, Virginia Salter said, "Love you, beautiful ladies. Good job." Well, that's my mom. Hello, Mom.
Hello, sis.
Thank you so much for joining. Hello, The Cut 2009, Montos in the building. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. Stephen Kennedy, I can agree. Well, I don't know, because I didn't have that. As far as my father didn't have any sons, so I can't really speak to that. But, on the opposite end, that's just what I see. I see in more single mother homes, the young men are not pushed as much. And so I even have that issue with my son. Like, I just be like, okay, this the last one. But I probably need to be putting him all the way in the headlock. But I'm on my girls, like, make sure y'all do this when you going to school, and what you doing here and what you doing there. Because I know they all gonna have to set themselves up and be independent and things of that nature. But I see it. I can see myself when I do it sometimes. So that's just something that I've seen growing up, and even what I see even in myself dealing with my daughters and my sons. So that's the reality. But I want to talk about the importance of rest, resetting, and relaxing and what that looks like. Auntie, can you say a time where you knew that, okay, it was time for you to pull back?
Yes.
What happened?
With me being overwhelmed with just my everyday responsibilities, I'm always taking on more. And it was brought to my attention that let somebody else do it.
That's a,
and I
ain't that me?
I stepped back. I stepped back to let someone else do it.
Okay.
And
you just like that.
It didn't get done.
Hey, step back and put your hands up. You put your hands up like, you know what? Not the womp womp womp. Throw it at the table. She said it didn't get done, just like that.
So I listen to you guys, Quita, when you guys say, Auntie, you're a little harsh, and I used to listen to my coworkers, you're a little forward, and da-da-da. With my work atmosphere, I needed that paycheck. Okay. I didn't need the friends. I didn't need anything else. I needed my paycheck.
Okay.
So I was there for a job purpose. But then I had to learn to step back because the responsibilities kept coming.
Yeah.
There was no leadership. There was no leadership. So you've been in the department a long time. Can you do this? And can you do?
And you was doing it?
I did. And then I had to
they start using you.
Right. When the responsibilities came. So in the family, I feel obligated to put my 2 cents in it. I'm going to say it like that.
Okay, period. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You earned that right, okay? Yes, I'm putting my 2 cents in. I think I'll be kind of like that too. Like, okay, I said what I said.
Right. I mean, you gotta love on your loved ones in any way you can. If it means taking one to school, picking someone up, taking them to the store, giving some females advice on the dressing and not dressing and too much dressing, and it's like, ooh.
I notice a lot of elders say now, like, this younger generation not listening, right? I'm not saying nothing because they don't listen anyway. And I just want to implore you guys, do not give up on this generation. Don't give up on these younger women and men. We need you guys. We need the wisdom and the knowledge that comes from you guys. So I just went to a funeral the other day, and this is from my mentor's father. And he was just a blessing. Him and his wife married 68 years. I mean, they had such a dynamic friendship and relationship. They both were believers. They both were, ministers in the church. So they just had just a well-balanced, life from the outside looking in. So one day I said, I was sitting, we were at a party, and I was sitting next to him, and I said, I want to just ask you some questions if you don't mind. He said, no. And I put my phone on record. And I was sitting here and just asking him questions about this generation and relationships and how can women better serve men or be there for men. And I'm asking him these different questions, and his responses, when I say we need the wisdom from our men and our women, his answers was like, okay, we need to cleave more to our elders. That's just it. His answer, it helped me, because it's like, it's no serving. You really get to know somebody. You love yourself. And he was just telling me different things. And I did that. And every time I get around somebody, an elder, I ask them questions and I want to learn more from them. But I bring that up to say, we need to learn from our matriarchs. Call them, check up on them, take them out, ask them questions, and not always when it's family feuds and it's trauma and drama going on, but just on any given Sunday, any given day, just to check on them, just to say, hey, how you doing? And I love you. And so I know that has to be somewhere in your heart, because we all have our own busy lives. But we have to sometimes dedicate that time to just go back to where you started. Go back to the person that used to change your diapers. Go back to the person that used to watch you, the person that used to cook dinners, the person that used to help your family. Like, go back to those people and show them that they're still loved, show them that they're still needed, and, be a blessing. Because ain't nothing wrong with that. Talk about being a blessing. Now, I've been trying to get my auntie some gas money for a minute, and she would not take this gas money.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just going to take you to the gas station
We
and
gotta
fill your tank up.
We have to put this out here?
It's out here.
Oh, wow.
I'm talking about speaking of giving.
Okay, so guess what I said?
What?
I am part of that village that is helping to raise the kids.
Okay.
So if I can take them to school, pick them up, I get a chance to talk to them.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't listen, he doesn't respond, I'm still putting it in there.
Help. Help. Man down. We need a Patriot.
But one thing I'm going to say back to being a patriarch or matriarch, we have to know our place.
Yeah.
You know, there was a saying that when we were 8, we act like we were 8. When we were 21, we should act like we're 21. Now that we're in our 60s, people say, oh,
you the new something?
You doing this, you the new 40. No, that's a myth.
Yeah.
That's a statement that someone wrote on the wall, and now everybody's tagging it and passing it along.
I think it's an honor to get older, honestly.
It is. Your wisdom, the knowledge that you've gained from bumping your head many of times, you should be able to share that with someone.
Yeah. We need it.
I feel bad that a lot of people my age, we don't stay in our place.
What you mean?
My place is not just to be an old grandmother, sit at home and dig in the dirt, which those are things I love.
Yeah.
But it's not my place to be out here in the clubs, popping and locking and jumping up and down and flipping it and flapping it. That's not my place at that point. I'm not saying that I can't do those things.
Okay.
But I'm competing with someone that's 40, 45, 42. Why? Because I don't know my place.
Okay.
So once we learn our place, at a certain age, you should be doing certain things. It doesn't have anything to do with your finances.
Right.
It's just a certain age, like a 2-year-old. You don't see a 2-year-old driving a car.
They can't.
They gotta wait until they get to that progression in life.
Yes.
You don't see most CEOs of a company are not 16 years old. They haven't learned anything, most of them. Now, I know there's a young lady out there, she's 17 and she's getting her doctorate. I know that, but that's a different story.
Yeah, it's a lot of them out here kicking butt.
I feel as being a matriarch, I know my place. Okay. I'm there for family members, friends, neighbors, whomever I can help and encourage and be a trusted individual for.
Yeah, somebody can talk to and confide in.
I find that a lot of people trust me, and I'd be surprised, like, oh, okay. No problem. So that's what being a matriarch is to me. Yeah. I'm honored, truly honored to be called a matriarch of my family. But it's the family that God granted to me. I didn't make this family. It was granted to me. I was granted to them, and they were granted to me. Yeah. And when things are granted to you, gifted to you, you need to take care of it.
Take care of it. Take care of your family. Take care of your mothers and your fathers, your aunts, and even your uncles. You know?
It's not about the materialistic things. We're so materialistic now.
I know.
It's ridiculous. It's just the
kinda
simple things. It's the simple things in life that are the most treasured to me.
Because, like, I wanted a recipe from Grandma, and she would not give me that recipe.
The only recipe she gave was her holiday punch. She gave that to her one granddaughter.
I wanted them biscuits.
Oh, nobody has
She
that.
would not give me the biscuits. I'm like, Grandma.
We tried.
Can you just tell me how to make these biscuits? Because when I get married one day, I want to be there, making biscuits from scratch. Get my kudo points up. She would not give me that. So listen, if you got some recipes, write them down. If you know that it's a hit at the family functions, write it down, pass it down to your peoples. Yeah. My mom said my sister is the best.
Oh, that is the sweetest.
My mom is the best.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah, I know, right? Virginia Salter, you have such an amazing heart. You're such an amazing woman. And I am so glad that you are smiling and you are loving and being loved. It brings joy to my heart. And so I just send you love and hugs and kisses. I love you, Mom.
Love you, sis.
But when you think about resting, so we're going to get into rest and relaxing and resetting. So resting, resetting, and relaxing. And when you think about the foundation, the patriarchs or the matriarchs of our family, and they may be tired sometimes. They need some help sometimes. And so we need to keep our eye open to where we will be of service, and make sure you do that with the good heart. Like with everything, do it with the good heart. It's better to give than receive, and that's not just money. It is not just money, and I know we've been taught that in the churches. True. It's so much better to give than to receive, and don't give, with a bad heart. That's not just financially. That is whatever you put your hand to. That is whatever you put your mind and your heart to do. And so we got to be careful with that. But when you think about rest, physical rest is important. That's taking naps and stretching your body and massages. I noticed when I was real busy all the time that I wasn't taking care of my body. Like I'd be cracking and I'm young. You know what I'm saying? I'm young. I would say I'm young. I'm 40. But you also have to rest your mind. It's not just resting your body. Yeah, that's just one of them.
I mean, like the simple things people can do. I'm not knocking anybody that goes to a gym. I love it, but I can't afford it. So
you do it at home.
I do. Yeah, that's where you relax at home. Your home should be your castle. And you should be able to relax at your home. You should be able to rest at your home. You should be able to reset and then go out and tackle the world.
I know that's right. Okay. Stephen Kennedy said, Auntie, he talking about Aaron, may not act like he's listening, but he is listening. That knowledge will surface when needed.
Yes, I give it to him. He just sits there and he looks out the window. He doesn't comment, so I still give it to him.
Right. Shout out to Crystal Childry. I'm loving this. Being the matriarch of the family is a big role, and I appreciate the small things that was mentioned that we take for granted every day. Amen.
Yes.
Won't he do it?
Yes, love on each other.
Yes.
And resting, relaxing, and resetting is something that everyone, no matter your age, breed, color, size, everyone needs that, because the world is passing us by so fast.
So fast, every
day.
There's
so much out here that's distracting us from taking care of us.
Yeah.
So with that reset, you're going to learn how to take care of you.
Yes. So when you think about resting, and I was talking about physical rest, she mentioned mental rest. And so when you think about short mental breaks throughout the day, just stopping yourself from even thinking, just calming your mind, calming your body, not getting on the phone, not getting on social media, but just relaxing yourself. Sensor rest. I'm talking about different types of rest. And so you have a sensor rest. That's cutting off your screen time again, your social media, cut off the TV. Now they got Tubi movies everywhere. Now everybody got to watch these Tubi movies all day long, binge watching, Netflix. It's like sometimes you have to cut that stuff off. Do you know that is not meant to be binged? When you have different series and it's supposed to come on weekly, and then now they have it all bunched in, and then you sit there and you watch this stuff for hours. Imagine what it's doing to your subconscious mind. Imagine what it's doing to your heart. Imagine what it's doing to your mind. You have to be mindful of that. And so again, if you are that strong person, you are that matriarch, you are that person that will be considered the foundation of the family, this is for you. This is a part of that rest. And so I'm talking about physical rest, mental rest, sensor rest, emotional rest. When you think about emotional rest, it's being authentic and real about everything. Not always saying, yeah, I'm fine. You know, somebody asked me how I was doing yesterday. My chest hurt. And I feel some type of way. Like I'm feeling people's energy, and I'm emotional. Like I'm emotional today. Like I'm always good because I'm fine. Not like that, but I'm always good even when I'm not feeling good. Even when I'm not feeling always my best, I'm still good though. And so it's not fake, but it's fake when you telling everybody, oh, I'm fine. Oh, everything's great. And then you go in the room and you break apart. You break into pieces. I allow myself to feel whenever I'm feeling. If I'm mad, if I'm sad, if I'm angry, if I want to cry, I cry. I wipe my face when I'm done, and then I'm done with it. I let it out. I'm not going to hold on to it because I'm trying to save face. I have nothing to prove to anybody, and this is what everybody needs to know. You have nothing to prove to anybody. So that emotional rest will help you when you're authentic, when you're being your authentic self, to say, you know what, I ain't always perfect. And today is that day. I don't feel like it. Whatever. You know, we don't have anything to prove. So just be mindful of that. Right. Social rest, being an introvert or extrovert, and just being true to that, understanding your limits. If you're an introvert and you just around people all day long and now you just about to go crazy, you about to explode because you trying to please everybody else, know your limits, know your boundaries, and know, okay, I had enough. I helped the family as much as I can. Now I'm going home, and be okay with that. Don't feel bad about that. Having creative rest. I know that as a creator, we always thinking about things. We always feel like, okay, I need to be creating these different things that I need to do, but sometimes you may need to just chill, because then you'll be forcing it. So be around things that inspire you. Be around inspiration without the pressure. Just being mindful of that. And the last thing about rest is spiritual rest. Connecting to God in a greater way. Like, this is something that it happens so often. We can get so bombarded with life, and you forgot, or you left and you didn't pray, or you know, you haven't been going to your church or your events that you go to because it helps you. And so just be mindful of that. When you think about resetting, you know, separate yourself from your workspace. And I know you was talking about that, Auntie, when, you know, you at work, you just hard, you like, look, this is what it is and what it ain't. And I know you can bring that energy home. You know, you can come home and be on that tip like you at work, but you like, look, calm down. So when you think about, you know, practicing breathing, you know, I had to think about that. I was taking short breaths, because you just moving around so much. You're like, dang, did I breathe? So just making sure you practicing breathing. I know it was a lot of times I was holding my breath. I didn't even know why. I'm like, why am I holding my breath? Because I wasn't mindful. I'm just doing all this moving. I got to move and shake, and I'm going places. Practice your breathing. Practice calming down. Retrain your mind. Even older women need to go and get rid of bad habits and attitudes that no longer serve them. I know people say, I'm grown, or you can't tell me what to do, or, you know, and so these are for the people, again, that are the strong ones in the family. Sometimes it's okay to go back to the drawing board and say, you know what, I picked up some things along the way. It is not helping me now, and it's not making me look like the person that I want to be. So just being able to, you know, retrain your mind, check your diet, and reevaluate who and what has your attention. And so relax. I want you to give a few, Auntie, on relax. 'Cause I know you pulled back for a minute, and you was like, you know what? Yeah.
I had to pull back because I felt like I was losing me. Yeah. And I can't lose me. I have too much responsibility still relying on me. So I had to sit back and just relax. Let my mind go. Let this project go. Let that project go. And I had to just find me again. Yes. I was losing me. When you have a lot of responsibilities as a matriarch or just a family member, I take on a lot. With the responsibility because I want it done right. And I'm going to say that.
I set myself up with that too.
I'm going to say that in a sense that, you know, you have to send your family members to a nursing home. Because you can't physically care for them yourself. And you're relying on someone else to give them the proper care that they need. It's not happening. It's just not happening. So that used to take me over the top. And I had to sit back and pull back and say, hey, wait a minute. When you leave there, your loved one is still there.
Oh, yeah. Because you're going off.
You got to be very creative how you address whatever issue that you're addressing because you still have to leave your loved one there. That was overwhelming me.
Okay.
Because I want this done right for this person. Do this. I'm not asking for much. Do that, you know.
The bare minimum.
And it wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just my family member. It's happening all around.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm unique in that sense.
Yeah.
It's just happening.
I mean, everybody's not there yet. So that is a unique experience. It's a unique experience to have that pressure and to have that, the mind to say it's my responsibility, if you will. Because everybody don't have that. It's like I'm living my life. I got too much going on, and that may not be fit in my schedule. Even though I love this person, I care about this person. A lot of times, it's the unction to be there like that is not there. Although, it ends up on one person a lot of times.
I'm going to say,
but a lot of people are not there.
I've learned that you have to honor your parents, whether they're good parents, bad parents. Honor your parents.
Yeah. Because
I'm thankful every day. Before I put my feet on the ground, before I turn my TV off or on or whatever, I give thanks.
Yeah.
And I ask, Father, what can I do for you today?
That's good.
Because I don't know what I'm facing that day. But I know I have to check on my dad. I know I got to check on my brother. I got to check on my other brother. And, keep up with these grandkids because I don't want to be left behind. I want to know the lingo that they're using and all these shortcut words that they be using.
No, I'm like, what do this be?
Right.
What is this?
I don't want to be left behind, so I be all in their business.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
That's my place, to be in their business.
That's good. We need a lot more people in people's business. So while we end, Auntie, if you want to just let the loves know, give them your last inspirational word. Leave them with something.
My last inspiration would be my first inspiration. Be encouraged. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot out of us. Day by day, night by night, there's something going on. Mm-hmm. So just be encouraged. Take up your stakes and help someone else. Let's not be so selfish that it's all about us. Help someone else. It doesn't have to be financial. It could be mental. Mm-hmm. Like me and my neighbors, we help each other.
That's good.
So just be encouraged to do better.
Okay.
Stay strong.
Come on here, Auntie. Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor. Be encouraged.
Be encouraged.
Seriously. So what I was saying, what I'm going to end with is relax. Every battle is not yours. Everyone won't be saved. Change up your scenery sometimes. Don't worry about what you can't control. And tell people to try Jesus and not you. Okay? Because that's what's happening.
All right.
Listen, it's been a joy. It's been an honor to be on this platform. Because even when I'm not here, it's going to be here. And so I'm so grateful. I hope this helped you today. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. Thank you, everyone who took the time out to watch, to listen. And again, I pray that it has helped you and touched you in a way. And I hope when you get off of here, you call that matriarch in the family. You call that aunt and that uncle and that cousin and call your family and just love on them. And so this Friday, don't forget to come on down to 21573 Grand River for Poetry and Conversations, because it's only once a month, so you don't want to miss out. I thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Always. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace.